Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Solans Radio Roost. This is I'm starting a little mini series known as Solans Radio Talk, whereas I'll be answering your questions. It's basically like a Q&A. You can ask me anything, and I'll answer. The only thing I ask you to do is just don't ask me questions. I don't God. Don't ask me questions that I'm going to be afraid to answer. So the first one, I may have some very, very low music going in the background while we do this, but that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down, turn this up, just like that. Not that far up, hold on. There we go. That sounds about right. So I'm going to try I guess you're stuck with just hearing my annoying voice. Okay, so sorry if you heard coughing in the radio show. What's going on is I'm okay, mind you, but I have a little bit of a cold, and I was chewing. When you probably heard me chewing in there too. That was me chewing on. No, I was just chewing on, different stuff that's actually really supposed to be very, cough drops, different kind of cough drops. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, a friend of mine who was sick, he had to come work for me earlier yesterday, and he was really sick. I tried to send him home, but he couldn't go because I didn't want to lose my hours, and he didn't want to lose his job, so he had to come to work. I tell you, innovative is just, they're out of this world, man. They're, completely different. So, I'm going to be answering questions starting now. Alright, so, these questions I have handpicked from the Dropbox that is my email box. I am going to answer them now. Dear Soren, when will we see Marceline again? I'm sorry to say it, but Marceline and I, we're not coming back. She's not coming back. She's, for one, we're in two completely different states now. So there's that. Let me turn this up for you guys. One, we're in two completely different states. And two, her and I had quite a huge falling out recently after someone very close to us both passed away recently, and I've come to terms with it, mind you, but I can't forget what Marceline did to hurt me. It wasn't physical or anything. It was more emotional than anything else. I just don't understand why she did it, but she did. And one dog is not coming back because we moved to in completely different parts of the city, so it'll just be me unless I have someone with me that would like to join the show. But we can't pressure them now. But other than that, that's it. Okay, now the next one is by a Chris. I don't know whether it's a male or female Chris, but they said that Dear Soren, I find your radio shows more too disorganized. You don't really budget your time well. What's going on? Well, there's a problem with that. I don't budget time at all. This is not something I do to as a career. If it were, I would budget my time. But what it is I'm actually just doing this for fun and to entertain you guys. So there's that. And then there's this okay, this next one is from a guy named Kai. He says, Dear Solon, sorry, I changed my name, but you guys can still call me Solon. He says, Dear Solon, what advice could you give to people trying to write a song? Well, in the famous words of Voltaire, I have really simple advice. You might find it useful. Write a song. You can't worry about marketing. You can't worry about publishing or any of that until you've created the masterpiece. You have to put your heart and soul into creating your art, and then you start marketing it. And then you start getting it published, marketing it, that kind of thing. You can't just worry about, you can't worry about, just taking time out of time you could be spending to work on your art to think about to go to different publishers when you haven't even finished your art yet. So that's my advice to you, Kai. Write a song. So it says this next one is one that's kind of personal, but it's not too horrifying. This next one is from a young lady named Mela. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Mela. And she asked me, Dear Solon, what religion do you follow? Well, personally, if you really must know, I'm a witch. I'm a Wiccan, yeah. I trust in the goddess and everything she stands for. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Granted, that's a direct quote from Jesus and the Bible, but it's also in the Wiccan Rede. Quote from the Wiccan Rede: At harm none, do as you will. Which means, do what you want to help make your life better, but don't hurt anyone in the process. The Wiccan Rede, for those of you who don't know, is the Wiccan rules. The rules we witches must abide. But anyway, enough about religion. Moving right along. This next lady says she has roots in India, and she's lived in India most of her life. I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but she says, Dear Solon, I'm trying to become a United States citizen. Good for you. Good for you. That is, welcome to the United States. But I need to take the citizenship test. Do you have any advice on how to pass? Yeah. Eat your vegetables and research. The more you research, the more you know. The more you'll know, the better the chance you have to pass. It's just as good as you would think. No? Yeah. So next we have somebody named Jonah. I don't know if it's male or female. They ask, Dear Solon, there's a game I really like. It's called Undertale. It's a game about a child who falls down and makes friends with a bunch of monsters. Well, essentially, if you're playing the pacifist route, yes. But if you're playing the genocide route, let's just say you're going to have a bad time. Shout out to all those Underfail fans out there. So, he wants in the next musical episode, which is what we're going to do here after this, sometime shortly after this, I'm going to do a musical episode. And he wants me to play Reunited from Undertale, the musical. I would be happy to play that. That is one of my favorite songs from there. But I also have to give credit to the man himself. Look, it was a YouTube video that I got, you know. I won't say how I got it, but just know that I got it. But this YouTuber called Man on the Internet is one of the most brilliant musicians I have ever heard. Because he takes gaming music, especially when it came to Undertale. He decided to not go the genocide route and went instead and said, I'm going to do the pacifist route, and I'm going to teach these people about peace and love. And that's what he did. It was so amazing to hear the voice actors he hired or had helping him. I don't really know how that works, but it was so awesome to hear them. And it was so awesome of the man on the internet himself, who I am currently subscribed to. Proud subscriber, by the way. For him to just put this together. He wrote the lyrics himself, from what I understand. That's my understanding. I could be wrong, but yeah, I would be honored to have the man on the internet, even if it's just one of his songs, on my show. Like, that is something I've wanted to do. I want to get it out there, but I'm a little afraid to, because I know the man on the internet, he's very protective about the rights to his music. And I can understand that, I can definitely understand that. So what I'm going to do is, to keep it from getting flagged with copyright, I will let him know that I have his song downloaded and saved on my computer. I would like to put it on my radio show, and I will give credit to him. Alright? So I can't, as of right yet, I can't put it on now. I need to get permission from him first. But I can guarantee this. Whatever happens, we'll make it work. Until next time, everybody, paint your circle like a diamond. Paint it with many, many vibrant and beautiful colors. And have a nice day.